It's very good music. Cyberbullying is a growing problem that can deeply affect children and teens. As a parent or caregiver, knowing how to report cyberbullying effectively can protect your child and hold bullies accountable. In this video, we'll walk you through the essential steps to take and the platforms to report all this on, and indeed how to support your child emotionally. So important. Cyberbullying is on the rise, and our kids are often the targets. But as parents and caregivers, we have the power to take action. So in today's episode of Family Cyber Tips Daily, we're diving into how you as a parent can effectively report cyberbullying and protect your child. Okay, let's get started. Now, there may be some confusion on what cyberbullying is, so I'm going to unpack that somewhat so that you are clear from the get-go. All right? Cyberbullying includes, and I've got to do that because the many people would have you believe certain things about cyberbullying, but we'll establish the fundamentals, okay? Cyberbullying includes mean or threatening messages. Certainly as we observe our kids and the engagements they have online, mean and threatening messages is a form of cyberbullying. You'll find that you will be able to identify with one or many of these, okay? Public shaming or humiliation. That's definitely cyberbullying. Exclusion from online groups. You're part of a group one day, and then someone just decides to mess with you and remove you from the group. And it could well be that, and I know that this is still the case, that as they've removed you, everybody knows about it. So they exclude you from that group. That's mean, that's exclusion, okay? Another, I was going to say version, but cyberbullying will include fake accounts used to harass or impersonate someone. That's a form of cyberbullying, okay? Sharing your private information to embarrass you. The digital term for it is doxing. Someone shares your private information just to, portray you in a negative, outlook. That can be good. That is cyberbullying. So if your child is facing any of these, indeed, it's time to take action. And so what action can you take immediately? Important that you understand exactly those, okay? And you must do it immediately. If your child is being cyberbullied, you must do this immediately. Stay calm. Stay calm, often very difficult to do, but support your child. You'll find that it's difficult to support your child if your emotions are all over the place. Some parents, once they get wind of their child's situation, they go ballistic. That doesn't help anybody. Stay calm, okay? Pray that God will give you the fortitude to do so, but you've got to stay calm. And that's the only way you can truly support your child. Let them know they are not alone. That's your child. And that you're here to help them, okay? They've got to feel that you will support them. I know that there's some parents who, when they get wind of their child being cyberbullied, they blame the child. It's your fault. I've told you to do this, do that. That's a very, very negative and bad approach. So stay calm and support your child through this, okay? A second immediate action you must take is document everything. And that's a bit unfair, but necessary. Sometimes you just want to, place your focus firmly on your child and support them wholeheartedly. One will argue, where do you get the time to start documenting everything? But you've got to. If it's feasible to do it, audio, by recording the audio of all conversations you have, that's one of it, or one way to do it. But just document everything. Take screenshots of the messages that your child has shown you, of the posts that he or she has received before they're deleted. You must take screenshots. They will come in handy later on through the trail, okay? So document everything. These are immediate actions that you must take if you've discovered that your child is being bullied, for those who are just joining us, okay? A third will be block and report. Often we just block, and most vendors give you the opportunity to do that, like WhatsApp and Facebook. But this time you have to block and report. Blocking the bully can stop direct contact, and reporting the behavior thereafter ensures that the platform, whichever one it is, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, that they take action. So it's important to report it. And if you have to document that too, please do so. Okay? A fourth immediate step amongst the other three that I've already given you that you must take is to adjust privacy settings. Restrict who can contact your child and review their friends and followers list. If we're hands-on as we ought to be with our children, if they're not yet internet-wise, most of these will be addressed before the bullying starts. But in a way to continuously monitor post-discovery of cyberbullying, just go over their privacy settings and make sure that you're adjusting it to line up with the things that we've shared on this platform that you must do. So you restrict who can contact your child and review their friends and followers list. And I pray to God at the appropriate age, you're still a friend or a follower, because I know that you can't be friends with your child, but the term in the digital space is friends or follower. And you've got to be in there until you believe you're comfortable that your child is on the right path. Then you can excuse yourself. So we must reward them when they show maturity and accountability. You just don't stay there forever and snoop on everything they do. That will backfire, okay? That's why I use the word appropriate. So adjust the privacy settings and make sure that you're restricting who can contact your child and review the list of friends and followers, okay? So now we're going to look at how to report cyberbullying on major platforms. That's perhaps why most of you will be watching this video. We spent a little time making this accessible, okay? So how do you report cyberbullying on the popular platforms that you may be used to? Most social media platforms have built-in reporting tools like I mentioned earlier, okay? So I'm going to endeavor, and I hope I cover your own platform, show you how you can report these effectively. Start with Facebook and Instagram. Most of these will overlap, but you get the drill. In Facebook and Instagram, tap on the post or message. The tap might just be a tick or a click or a right click. Then with the context menu that pops up, select report. And it will give you choices on what exactly you're reporting. You can choose harassment or bullying. Now, at the time of recording or this broadcast, depending on when you view this content, that's what I know to be true, okay? So you tap on the post, by left clicking or right clicking, and the context menu will appear. Select report and choose harassment or bullying. Okay. TikTok, press and hold the comment or message that your child has received and tap report. Again, select the choices bullying or harassment. YouTube, click the three dots next to the comment. You notice that all these are on the actual messages you're receiving. So if you're doing the clicks, it's on the message you're receiving, and that's where you will get the option. So on YouTube, it's the three dots next to the comment, video, select report, choose hate speech or harassment. Okay. WhatsApp, yes, it's social media, certainly for the older folks. Open the chat or the message, tap the contact's name. You can right click on the contact's name. It's usually top left. Okay. Scroll down the list and you have the option block and report. Some will just be block contact. You should have block and report contact. Okay. So these are how you report cyberbullying on the major platforms. Okay. Don't leave this, because what I find is that parents want to keep this quiet because, and it's sad to even say it, if you're reporting, it means there's history, because you don't just get cyberbullied. No child just gets cyberbullied, maybe one or two. So it has gone on for a while. And if you've installed, no other word I can think of, the advice or the things that I've told you to do, if you've rolled out those, the advices I've given you over time, you'll find that if you have an open door policy, for example, your child will come to you the first time that they receive these sort of messages. But if it's built up to the time where it is now a big deal, well, all cyberbullying messages are a big deal, but when it's gotten out of hand, then it means that you've been asleep on the wheel as a parent or caregiver. And that's nothing to be ashamed of, but many parents feel the shame and are reluctant to, involve third parties, and they believe that they can do it on their own. And that couldn't be further from the truth. There's safety in numbers. You need to tell, as you'll find out soon enough, the people who you should contact directly. There's help. And if you, want to confide in me, please do so. I really hope that you will feel confident and comfortable to share it with me too. I will give you advice on the go, okay? But you have to talk to someone, okay? And also make sure that you are encouraging your child to avoid engaging with the bully while you're taking these steps that we've just discussed, okay? No more talk, because you've blocked and you've reported. Your child has no business engaging with the bully. You're now involved, okay? So those are how you report cyberbullying on the major platforms, okay? Now, the next thing that we're going to discuss is, of course, the issue of who to involve. We've already said that you should encourage your child to avoid engaging with the bully. But whilst that's happening, you must involve schools and authorities so you have that additional support, okay? Sometimes reporting to those major platforms I just discussed isn't enough. If the cyberbullying involves threats, ongoing harassments, or extreme emotional distress, you may need to, in some cases, you have to involve the school and the authorities. So many schools have anti-bullying policies that extend to online behavior. And if my research is correct, the bullying mostly in 2025 is rampant online, you know, because it can be done incognito. It can be done without, you know, friction. You can do it and hide yourself behind something, you know. So cyberbullying in the playground, the actual playground, that's more difficult. I'm not saying it's gone, but it's more difficult because it's going to happen in front of people. So people will prefer, this is my assumption, that they will prefer doing it online where they can hide behind the internet. So many schools have anti-bullying policies that extend to online behavior. And of course, if the school are slow, as unfortunately they often do, not because they want to be slow, but there's a lot of red tape. You know, there's a lot of red tape and it may just be too slow for you. That's when you escalate to law enforcement, okay, the authorities. So if the threats of violence or criminal behavior is getting out of hand, you know, behavior like blackmail, report it to the police. Absolutely report it to the police, okay? I'm saying that if threats of violence or criminal behavior are involved, you must report it to the police. Behavior like blackmail, okay? Very important. And the third on the list of authorities will be child protection agencies. So if cyberbullying that your child is exposed to or involved in, borders on exploitation or exposure to inappropriate content, you must contact relevant child safety organizations in your area. If through the month I find organizations, at least the names, I'll put it in the description, okay? But child protection agencies, if you just do a Google, you will find those that are around your area, all right? Very, very important. Okay, so we've established that you have to report, you have opportunities to report this on major platforms, and you must take action immediately. And beyond announcing this to the platforms, you have schools, you have child protection agencies, and you have the police that you can engage. You must remember, the earlier you step in, the better the outcome for your child's well-being. That's why I said don't stew on this. Don't keep it to yourself. The moment you find out that it's happening, this is when everything must take off, okay? So, unfortunately, it's possible that your child has already been exposed, negatively to these bullies, and they're hurt, they're crushed, and they are in a place of bother. How can you help your child recover? After all, you're the parent, okay? So beyond reporting, it's important to help your child rebuild his or her confidence, okay? Prayer is not something that we can take for granted. It is crucial because on your own, you can't do this, okay? So seek comfort in the place of prayer. But on the physical, you've got to encourage them to spend time offline, engaging in hobbies. Some kids just shut down. They don't want to do anything. And of course, you can't get them back online immediately. There are offline options, and we've shared those offline things, hobbies, and things that you can do. Okay, so spend time offline engaging in the hobbies that we've mentioned several videos ago. Okay? Crucial, it's the least you can do. Talk to a trusted friend, a mentor, or a therapist. For church folk, there's no harm in approaching a brother or a sister or the pastor of your church, but you've got to talk to someone you trust, okay? Someone who won't take your business and make it even worse by spreading it, okay? People you can trust. And you have Christian therapists who can help realign you to how you should be thinking and approaching things, okay? In the home, set positive boundaries for social media use. Again, bulletins before now or videos before now, we've shared that you must have boundaries. And if you take those steps, you help wean your young one off social media in the first place if they're overdoing it. Okay, so set positive boundaries, emphasis on positive boundaries for social media use in the home, okay? And the fourth point that I would love to share is remember that cyberbullies thrive on reactions. If they see you down, it actually inspires them. If you become a reclusive or you become so isolated, they're encouraged because whatever it is they're doing is working. Now, of course, I'm not asking you to fake it, but ultimately, as a parent, you're building your young one up so that they can stay strong, okay, in the face of the cyberbully. If they're damaged, and of course, if they are damaged, you walk through the things that I've suggested, and of course, if it goes beyond you, involve your physician. But ultimately, staying strong is always the best response, okay? Man has nothing on you. The cyberbully has nothing on you, ideally. But the reality is that your young one is down. So do all the things that I've mentioned, but make sure that you're, encouraging your young one to keep their shoulders up, okay? So that they don't feed the cyberbully's pleasure. Evil people. Sorry, I couldn't help it, okay? Cyberbullying really is tough, okay? It is really tough. And I hope I've not explained it otherwise. But together, as a family, parent and child, you can fight it. We can fight it, okay? If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. That's a like in common language, and share it with other parents and caregivers, okay? For more family cyber tips daily, hit the subscribe button, which is absolutely free. But in the free, you are giving back to the platform and helping us to support other parents like you. Don't forget to turn on notifications so that you are alerted every time I go live, and I do so every weekday at 6 p.m. Okay? Stay safe, stay strong, and protect your family online. I've been your host, Lawrence Edem. Until tomorrow, Tuesday at 6 p.m. God bless and goodbye.